R.I.S.C just concluded. Rumble in SoCal, another gold event for the ARC Tour. This was my first tournament that I entered where I'm going back and forth between 2XKO and Granblue Rising, and let's just say it was interesting. Having said though, I did manage to make top 8 winner side, and we'll see how it goes. Let me start this off by saying yes, there is a very high likelihood that I am going to qualify. No, I probably do not need the points. That being said though, you do still technically need points even if you are going to qualify, because the amount of points you have does determine your seeding at the finals. So points do technically still matter, even though I'm pretty much guaranteed. Right before this set, I had just played a match on the 2XKO stage to qualify for top 16 winner side. And yeah, going from that to this is difficult. I dash forward to go for a throw. Fortunately, I am pressing the right button to throw. Can't say the same for 2XKO. I expect to dash further than I actually do by the time I press throw going for that. So it's a bit tricky going back and forth. And my god, I kind of have forgotten at this point how to play against Saltz, clearly. See, that is the second time I have spot dodged a jump projectile from Saltz, which is probably one of the worst things you could do. The entire tournament has been first to 3, which again was good for me because I almost lost round 1. I was actually down 2-1, so this was a normal. If this was a normal first to 2 brackets, I actually would have lost round 1. And there it is again. I'm dashing forward, expecting to go further than you actually do, because I've been playing so much 2X freaking O. When you're down 2-0 in any sets against any player, it's a little tricky. And I dashed into the yeah, I don't have an answer for that one, for what I did there. I wish I did, but I really don't. Unfortunately, basically just about all Oki are gone. When it comes to actually being able to do any form of Oki against someone with a parry, because the old Oki involving catches the roll, and Scribner honestly does fine against Saltz as is. Definitely will need to swap characters. Issue is more so Saltz is kind of just beating me up. And speaking of beating me up, I'm dead, because like I said, it took a little too long to start remembering how to fight against the Saltz. And when you're down 2-0 against any good player, especially one like Saltz, who is very fundamentally strong, and B is actually also very good against Grimnir. Tough to make a comeback like that. After the match versus Saltz, I then immediately had to go fight Jonathan Tene to try to make top 8 at 2XKO. And when I did that, I pressed the wrong buttons to throw and got absolutely destroyed by Tene. So I had to come back here immediately to come fight against BSG. And to say that after going back and forth before and how poorly that went, I didn't exactly have a ton of faith in how I was going to do against BSG. But the plan against Vasaraga is still the same now as it was before, pretty much, and that is, do not let him get his charge. That being said, though, the nerf to Vasaraga that makes it where you no longer get multiple shoulder charges if the first one misses is actually really useful, because if I'm able to stand full screen, then he can't just rely purely on that in order to get in, since he won't get the second shoulder charge. And one thing that you'll notice, I started doing a lot starting from this match because I wasn't able to jump in time. 2-1-4-U on Grimnir now, with the changes, is so degenerate because it is now a full screen safe on block lariat now. It is now only -4, and the only way to punish it is either with a DP, a parry, or if your back is in the corner, you can throw punish it. But only if your back is in the corner. It probably was just the fact that going back and forth felt so bad, and I felt so awful after losing the Saltz and then the 2 matches, the 2 XKO, that I was just like, okay, I'm more likely I'm going to lose this match. I'm just going to worry about the 2x KO top 8, and I'm just going to send it. Air dashing at all times, and if I'm not air dashing, I'm setting up seals, and if I'm not setting up seals, I'm slamming a lariat right at him. That was the entire strategy here. That could have been so bad. So when you're dealing with Stomp, you look out for that. But not with the DP, because when he does that upswing, he is technically minus, even though we jokingly call it plus on whiff. You do not do invincible wake up. I meant to counter hit him from that. So that was just not a good idea. It worked, but that was just not a good idea. So just saying, don't do that. You see me grimace. So like, in my head, when we go with the character select, I'm like, would he actually go wellness here? I'm like, I'd be okay with that. It's like, Vasaraga. Yeah, Soul Forge was there, so it's time to pop you lariats. He blocked it, not punishable, and I just got to use. So instead, I just got to take away the last of his time. And I managed to ultimate attack my way to top 4, to then have to fight the person who I originally thought I was going to have to face in winter semis, which is Monarch. So this is the second time I ever fought against Monarch in a bracket. First time I fought against Monarch was at Frosty Faustings at the very beginning of this year, where I lost to him 3-2 in Winners Finals. And this was when Grimnir was stronger and Matera was weaker. But funnily enough, similar idea, ironically enough, as fighting against BSG and his Vasaraga. I'm going to shoot out EX Tornado to try to break through arrow and potentially stop butterflies. I'm going to try to set up seals, and I am going to spam the hell out of lariats, try and catch him trying to do something. Either doing the rain of arrows, trying to do the startup on one of his normals or arrows, or trying to set up a butterfly. With full knowledge of the fact that because of the changes, it is now safe. And as you see there, that is the plan. That is quite literally just the plan. And at this moment, I was rolling my eyes and I'm like, man, what a character. But I have the damage, I got the hits, and Monarch's defense is very similar to Tororo's. They both are really good at delay pressing. Like the max amounts of time you could potentially do and still be able to tech a throw. And he was shaking his head after this. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Right here. I am shaking my head and rolling my eyes. I'm like, of course, of course. And then out of the corner of my eye, at this moment right here, I'm seeing him shaking his head. And again, I decide now is the time I'm going to try the U projectile. And Monarch just knows it's coming or reads it's coming and then just kills me for it. And I gotta figure out a way to not have the same exact thing happen. At the moment, that is not changing. Literally the exact same thing is happening right now. I am stuck. I cannot get out. I am stuck. I cannot get out. But he tried baiting out a DP, which even though I got sniped by that ultimate arrow, I am out of the corner. And being out of the corner
is all I need.
He thought that I would go for a throw to try to punish the late spot dodge. I figured that's what his plan was there, because that's what he did. That's what he did. I'm pretty sure the last 2 times that's happened. So I decided, nope, I'm plus. We're going to seals. We are going to seals, and now he's in a guess situation. I can do enough damage from a throw bait to kill him.
Goes for a delay, finds the hit, and this is gonna be enough as long as we, keep it simple, keep it clean.
I knew that when I went for the throw. That throw bait probably was a bad idea because he could have just guard canceled and escaped. But we're right back here again. We are right back. This is the most common situation I think of this entire set. And she has no recovery on these moves, man! Come on! I 5-you before that! I 5-you before the arrow came out! Still had time to react in 2H. Or 1H. Or 3H. Whatever the heck it is. Despite it looking like I'm losing 90% of the time, I'm up to 1. And that's because I don't have to be winning anywhere near for as long as Matera. Grimnir as a character, with the fact that with the way they nerfed him, they did not change his damage. So his damage is still absolutely absurd. So because of that, Grimnir does not need to win 90% of the game. He just needs to get basically 2 hits. If he gets 2 good hits, he can win the game from that alone. Or can I find situations before the Matera can kill me? There it is again. I'm telling you, this top 8 for me was the first time you saw me just start abusing the hell out of my ultimate attacks, which then sends me over to losers finals for a rematch with Saltz. With very little 2x KO involved. I am basically fully warmed up and ready to play Granblue and only Granblue in that situation. It's go time. And also don't forget, we are still spamming lariats, so even though not as good in this matchup, we still throw it from time to time. Don't worry. Don't worry, you'll see the blue flashes of the lariat coming. I didn't fall for it for once, and that was a massive mistake on my part. I 5-you too early. When you 5-you too early on Grimnir off of these guard cancels like that, your JM will whiff, and people will be able to punish you with a fuzzy mash. So I had zero intention of going for a whiff button or empty low or something there. I just straight up missed the timing, which leads to probably the most important round of the entire set here, because whoever gets this round goes up to the 1, which means a lot in first to 3 sets. And this was the ultimate mispress, and I somehow not only got away with it. Not only did I get away with it, I somehow also got him with the throw. And then after all that, he stopped holding the block button, and I got the cross up and killed him for it. That was the worst sequence of events for Saltz probably humanly possible. The person currently waiting in Grand Finals winner's side is Kojicoco. Hate that kid. And yeah, everyone at this point just knows, do not tech throw against Grimnir. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it at this rate. And there's holding the block button, like I mentioned earlier. Nope. So Grimnir can consistently punish that backdash. And now I can do it while being safe. I just don't get a conversion from it. And he tried to parry, but the distance was too far. I make it to grand finals on loser side for my rematch with Kojicoco. And all I had to say at this point when I went to go get another water bottle was, "Who the hell let me get this far?" So each trophy for R.I.S.C had a character from the game as like the top piece of the trophy, right? Because the trophy for Granblue had Zoe on top, and Kojicoco is a massive fan of Zoe. Literally the only reason he came to this tournament was because of the fact that Zoe was on the trophy. Okay, no, that's not actually true, but I just like to keep saying that anyways because it's fun. It's fun. It's funnier to pretend like that was actually the case. Coco is running the now newly buffed Zoe, and it's not just specifically against me. He ran Zoe the entire tournament. Go along with the thing I saw a few people talking about. Coco is automatically qualified for the World Finals, having won EVO, and I am not automatically qualified, but I am in first place of the people that haven't qualified in terms of points for the World Tour. But like I said earlier, the points don't go into the void. Coco will get his points, and I will get my points, and then those points will be used for seeding at the finals. So they're not completely gone. All right, we are still terrible people for coming and stealing points from people who need it. But they won't just go away. And here I am explaining to Coco how the situation works. So Coco didn't know how 66H and the Grim Tornado interact. It's actually one of the first times I've ever seen Coco actually not know an interaction, because the kid like knows every little detail about like everything in this freaking game. But he did not know how the interaction with the tornado worked. So he was stunned that the 66H didn't punish me, and I told him she basically stops moving until the tornado is over or the tornado goes past her, which is why I was able to recover in time. And because technically the 66H hits something, she finishes the full string. Where normally she would only like charge forward with the shield in front of her unless she actually hit you. Since she technically hit the tornado, she does still get the dash. She does still get to follow up, which then allowed me to get the punish and take the game there. My 623H hit him, like, I think maybe a frame or two before the dragon becomes a active hitbox. And based on the lack of trophy behind me, you can guess how the rest of this is going to go. Never underestimate Kojicoco. This kid has had my number for as long as I've been playing Granblue. When Coco falls behind, he just turns it up the levels. Just like that, I was up 2-0, looking good. And now I lost 2 straight, and now I'm 1 round from death. So I thought Coco was going to DP. I thought he was going to DP there when I ran up. So I did run forward stop to bait DP. And that right there cost me. And that making that decision, making that choice cost me. So it went from me having Oki, putting him in guess for game, to now me dying to an overhead. And for the 6th time in a row, I have lost to Kojicoco. I have lost to this kid at Frosty, at UFA, at EVO, and now R.I.S.C. So yeah, this right here is the sole reason why Coco came to the tournaments. He will tell you otherwise, don't believe him. That is 100% the true story, and we're sticking to it. I've gotten 2nd at Combo Breaker, 2nd at EVO, 2nd at Boston Blue Beats, and 2nd at R.I.S.C. it's fine as long as I get a win at the finals, right? So all good there, but all good there as long as we win the finals. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.